going to stab me to death.
Who's there with you?
I'm bleeding to death.
Stay on the phone with me.
We got to the hospital 1/4 She didn't make it.
February 14th, Valentine's Day, 2009. You know what most people are stressing about today? Whether their man remembered to make dinner reservations. If those roses he ordered are gonna show up on time. But in Plainville, Connecticut, 25-year-old Tiana Notice has got bigger problems. Like the fact that while everyone else is celebrating love, she's literally hiding from death. Because this woman went to the police 33 times in 6 weeks. That's almost once a day, begging these officers to arrest her psycho ex-boyfriend who's stalking her, sending her death threats, sitting outside her apartment like he's on some deranged stakeout. And you want to know what the cops told her? These emails don't seem threatening. And she did everything right. Broke up with the abuser, who already went to jail for beating his last girlfriend, got a restraining order, reported every violation. The system said, meh, we're good. So when I tell you that on this Valentine's Day, while couples are exchanging chocolates and teddy bears, Tiana's ex-boyfriend shows up at her apartment with a knife and stabs her 20 times, twice directly in her heart. So buckle up. This Valentine's story is about to get dark. And by the end, you're gonna understand why Tiana's parents fought to change domestic violence laws in Connecticut. Because if the system had done its job, Tiana Notice would still be alive. Tiana Notice was 25 years old, blessed with brains and beauty. At age 6, her parents realized she was special. A genuine child, prodigy, who was so far ahead they had to skip her 2 grades. By high school, she was already taking college courses. This girl graduated from University of Hartford with a political science degree and was working on her master's in communications when she met James Carter II on a dating site.
I don't know what she saw in him because I never met him in person. I only saw photos of him and I immediately disliked him.
Why?
I don't know. You may want to call it mother's intuition.
Mum's spidey senses were tingling from day one. And before you think she's just being overprotective, listen to your gut, ladies. Mum was absolutely correct. But here's the thing about James Carter II. He knew how to present well. He had the profile, looked good on paper.
He's well-to-do and he's got his own house and stuff like that. So he presented that well. He had a profile that he was working for Aetna Insurance and he was executive.
Right. So he's out here looking like a whole catch. Got his own house, executive position in insurance, the whole package. On paper, he looks like exactly the kind of stable, successful man a brilliant woman like Tiana would be attracted to. Except there was one tiny detail James forgot to mention. 6 months into dating, he gets sentenced to 5 months in jail for domestic abuse of his previous girlfriend. When Tiana found out, she started digging. Turns out James had a whole history of violence. But even knowing this, Tiana tried to make it work when he got out. Because leaving abusive relationships is complicated. Eventually, though, she suspected he was cheating and broke up with him. Should have been a clean break. Normal breakup procedure. Be sad. Eat ice cream. Move on. James Carter II chose violence. It starts with the usual ex-boyfriend harassment. Calls, texts, emails. Then James starts showing up everywhere. Outside her apartment, following her grocery shopping, at her job.
He would just follow her everywhere.
So Tiana gets a restraining order. Smart move, right? Except James turns around and files a restraining order against her, claiming she assaulted him. Then James starts sending threatening emails. Punishment is on the way. You will have bad luck. If those aren't threats, I don't know what is. So Tiana takes these to Plainville police to report him for violating the restraining order, and they tell her the emails are non-threatening. James keeps harassing her. More calls, texts, emails, and Tiana keeps going back to police, reporting every violation, begging them to do something. 33 times.
I didn't know I didn't take my daughter serious. She went and visited the police station 33 times in 6 weeks.
33 times?
33 times in 6 weeks.
In 6 weeks. That's more than 5 times a week she's filing reports, showing evidence, documenting harassment. And they do nothing. Tiana goes to Waterbury Police because James is calling her repeatedly at work. And you know what happens? They treat her like she's the problem.
She was crying hysterically. I remember it like it was yesterday. She was in her car crying hysterically. And she says, "Mom, you wouldn't believe these people. They treated me like dirt. They didn't believe anything I told them. They thought I was lying. One officer accused me of having a fake restraining order."
A fake restraining order. Tiana's mum calls police herself, trying to get someone to take this seriously. A sergeant tells her, and I quote,
"Oh, nothing's going to happen to your daughter." He snarled at me. And I'm like, "Look, I don't want my daughter to become a statistic. And I'm telling you now, if something happens to my daughter, you better move to another planet."
Mom knew. She could see where this was heading. One morning, Tiana finds all 4 tires on her car slashed. Police say there's no way to prove Carter did it, so they need video evidence. Fine. Her dad Alvin installs a security camera in her parking lot. And that night, he does something heartbreaking.
I spent 4 hours with Tiana that night, just kind of going over some of the things. I even pretend to be someone who's coming at her that night. We actually did a role play as to if someone was coming at you, where would you go?
The next evening, Tiana finds a handwritten note pinned to her door. "Tiana, forgive me. I never cheated on you. If I'm lying, may God take my life. Forgive me for everything else I have done." But the security camera tape ran out before capturing who left it. Again, no video evidence. This time though, Plainville police actually attempt action. They called James to come in for a handwriting sample.
Thank God, and we were celebrating. And I told her, I said, "Tiana, don't go anywhere near your house or anything. Be safe and wait until they arrest him."
Alvin tells Tiana, "Stay away from your apartment. Don't go home. Wait until they arrest him." February 13th. Tiana listens. She stays away. But February 14th, Valentine's Day, she goes back, just to pack a bag, quick in and out. That decision costs her everything, because James Carter II isn't at the police station. He's enraged that they called him. He knows they're closing in. And he's decided if he's going down, he's taking Tiana with him. On Valentine's Day evening, while couples exchange gifts and go to dinner, James is hiding in the shadows of Tiana's apartment complex, waiting, watching, ready to turn a day meant for love into Tiana's last day on Earth. She pulls up around 7 p.m., gets out, walks toward her door, and James attacks with a knife. What happens next is so brutal that even the judge called the evidence chilling. James stabs Tiana 20 times. 20. And 2 of those go directly into her heart. The camera her dad installed catches the audio, her screams. But the actual stabbing happens just out of view, because even when they tried to protect her, it wasn't quite enough. Somehow, bleeding profusely, stabbed 20 times, Tiana manages to run. And even while dying, she calls 911.
Trying to stab me to death.
Who's there with you?
I'm bleeding to death.
Stay on the phone with me.
Tiana loses consciousness, surrounded by neighbors who couldn't stop the bleeding. Her parents race to Hartford Hospital. The moment they walk through those doors, they know. They were literally massaging her heart, trying to keep it beating. But 20 stab wounds, Tiana had lost too much blood.
I went yelling, screaming. I tore up that room. I said, how could you allow this to happen, Lord? I was so angry at him.
She has every right to be angry, because this didn't have to happen. The investigation is straightforward. Tiana told them in her 911 call. Neighbors saw James's PT Cruiser leaving. His brother testifies James called that night and confessed. They find Tiana's blood on his clothing. James Carter II is arrested and charged with murder. James goes to trial in 2011. His defense? He was an extreme emotional disturbance. His lawyer tells the court, James has positive attributes, including a big heart and great sense of humor. The jury doesn't buy it. Guilty of murder and violating a restraining order. January 2012, James is sentenced to 60 years without parole. The judge says, you were inches from her, looking at her, when you were stabbing her. You need to be punished, and society needs to be protected. 60 years. It's not enough. It will never give Tiana her life back. But Alvin and Kathy Notice weren't about to let their daughter's death be in vain. They formed the Tiana Angelique Notice Foundation and work with Connecticut legislators to change laws. Connecticut changed their domestic violence laws because of Tiana, made it mandatory for police to arrest family violence offenders. And those police departments that ignored her 33 cries for help. Tiana's estate filed a wrongful death lawsuit. In 2014, a jury found 3 Plainville officers and 2 Waterbury officers negligent. The award? $10 million. James Carter II is still in prison. Tiana would be 41 now. She'd probably have that master's degree. Maybe working in communications. Maybe have a family. But we'll never know. Because on Valentine's Day, 2009, while couples celebrated love, James took her life. But here's what came from this tragedy. Laws changed. GPS monitoring created. Police faced accountability. The foundation continues fighting for domestic violence. Victims every day. Alvin Notice installs security cameras in victims' homes for free. He's educated thousands about warning signs, all because he refused to let his daughter's death mean nothing. Rest in peace, Tiana Angelique Notice. February 4th, 1984 to February 14th, 2009. Brilliant, beautiful, failed by every system that was supposed to protect her, but not forgotten. James Carter II took her life, but he couldn't take her impact. And that's how we make sure she didn't die in vain.